All right, so I guess we got to jump into part 3 of this collection. Okay, just clean some stuff up here. So this is what we got left so far. There's still these deck boxes here. These themed deck boxes here. A couple booster boxes, and we got this shoe box. I'm really curious about this shoe box. And the deck boxes so far in the collection were pretty good, so I'm gonna do this one. Now, again, for anyone that's just watching it for the first time, this is part 3 of this collection video. This collection came all the way from Australia to here in Massachusetts. It was on an auction site. With shipping and everything, I paid $610 for this collection. Shipped to my door. Again, the collection was $320. The shipping was $290. Okay, this looks like a shoebox of... Yeah. Okay, let's just start digging. I do see a rare poking out, though, so that's a good sign. So I'm just going to grab some clumps, and we'll just kind of go for it. This looks like a bunch of random stuff that's probably just thrown in a box, put on the table for auction, and then just... Let's see what's in here. Hopefully it's not complete bulk and garbage, but you never know. Let's see. Okay. There's Moon. So again, this is again like a different era than before. We've seen a lot of like Mirrodin, Dark Steel era, that kind of thing. And then we saw some Guilds of Ravnica and some Ikoria. Now we have like Aether Revolt, Kaladesh. So maybe it is multiple collections. Maybe it's 2-3 different collections. I'm not sure. Probably is. Again, a lot of times with all these like Goodwills, well, this wasn't a Goodwill. I keep saying that, but like a lot of these auction sites or Goodwills, especially, what they'll do is you get a foil common there. They'll have like multiple collections or multiple things. And then we get a bunch together. Then they make a big auction about it. And I'm not sure if that's what this auction house did, or if they just happen to get a couple, they put them together. I don't know. No idea what the story is. But again, it came from Australia, and let's see what the kind of cards they played down under. All right, here we go. Going through Kaladesh. Okay, this looks like sorted bulk. So definitely a couple different collections. I'm sure, I'm willing to bet what some people do, honestly. I've never done this, but I bet you what some people do is they probably take a bunch of their bulk, donate it to like a auction house or a Goodwill or whatever, and get a nice little tax write-off with it. I'm guessing that's what some people do. I've never done that. When I have like bulk collections, I sell them on eBay as bulk. It's very, very clearly listed as bulk. That's just how I get rid of it. It's just a quick way to move a bunch of cards all at once. And you get a little something for it. You know, they usually don't go for much, but you clear it out, you clear up your space, and you get a couple bucks back for it. So, okay, well, there's a mythic just sitting in there. That's, okay, sure. Well, you know what? I didn't even set my, I paused between videos. I didn't set up my phone for my scanner. 2 seconds. Tree of Perdition. Well, that's one we'll take. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right, now we're cooking with gas. So Tree of Perdition. Eldritch Moon, Mythic. Yep, sure. 22.26. I thought that had dropped. I guess not. It was sitting in this bulk, and a little tiny ding there. But you know what? Overall, excellent condition. Definitely near mint. Even a little tiny ding there. But yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, $22. Sure. So, and that it's things like that where you see some duplication, you're like, all right, is this just crappy bulk? And then you find that in there, and you're like, all right, whatever. So it makes you wonder, again, what else you can find in just the random stuff kicking around. Guilds of Ravnica again. Random sleeve cards. Crystals, give me some Triumphs, that'd be nice. Combat Celebrant is a mythic from Amonkhet. $1.42. I think that was reprinted in a Commander deck. I think. Let's see. Nothing there. This shoebox alone will probably take a while to go through because it's not organized at all. More of these old sleeves. And then you get the old stuff. It's weird. Scourge, Onslaught. I don't think Scourge really has much in it for value, honestly. Some of these older sets, like it's really about the foils, and that's about it. But you never know. Again, times change, metas change. You know, certain cards spike up over time. Clear Shot, Constrictors. Herbalists. No. Nothing that I'm seeing so far. That was a great Tree of Perdition. That was fantastic. Again, I never expect those. I never expect much above like $5, $10, unless I see it specifically in the listing. So those are just great bonuses. Like that's in that first video, the Eye of Ugin was fantastic. See, and it's like bulkish like this. It's all sorted out. Unless it's just the way they had their collection just sorted. Kefner's Last Word. Okay, here's some rares. Nothing there. There's a bulk. The coup. Commit to Memory. Nope. Unesh for the Mythic. I doubt we'll see a lottery card. That was 95 cents. That was a little better than bulk, I guess. I doubt we'd see a lottery card in here, but you never know. You never know. Shocks. What we got here? Emrakul's Evangel. Challenge. Nothing. Couple bulk rares. Okay. Nothing there. Nothing there. Okay. There's a lot of cards in these boxes. This shoebox. I grabbed it specifically. I was holding those other deck boxes at the end because I'm hoping the better stuff's in there. But I guess from that Tree of Perdition, you never know what you can find in here. Technicians, aviators. Some of the uncommon, those monuments in Amonkhet can be good. Hey, a Pokemon card. Okay. Why not? Why not? Elites, what's this? Sergeant. This looks like a lot of nada. Merciless Eternal. Nope. Okay. Let's try to get the loose. I see some sleeves. You know what? There's a lot of mixed sleeve stuff though. I wonder what this is all gonna be. This is so random, and definitely not put in here with any care whatsoever. They just threw this shit in a box and they said, "Hey, here you go." And you know, for $209 in shipping, you think they'd go through it and sort it out? No. There's some rares popping up though. All right. Lands. Again, with any collection, you're going to get enough basic lands to last you the rest of your life. That's just how it is. Niblis of Frost, Eldritch Moon. Nothing. Abomination, Traveler's Amulets, Playables. Come on, where's these uncommon good hits from Amonkhet? They got to be some in here. Rona's Last Stand. Nothing. Bulk. Loose sleeves. Heroic Intervention. 2 of them. Okay. Well, we'll take those all day long. A little warped, but not bad. 1105. Aether Revolt. Yeah, a little warping to them. But okay. That's great. So how does this make sense? I'm not sure. Rampager. Nothing. There's random rares mixed in. There's some good stuff too. I don't know. Maybe that's just how they cut their collection. As I say with other collections before, Perfection. You know, when you're buying these too, really what you're banking on is, hey, you know, if it's just their pulls, do they have any good pulls? This is going to scan out the sleeve. Do they have any good pulls? This is damaged. Nothing anyways. Because that's kind of what you're banking on. You're banking on that it's not picked through and that it's just the stuff they had in their collection and wasn't any good and is the condition good. It's a lot of risk. Like I said, you know, I'm going to say it every video, I'm going to be a broken record, but I want to be very clear about it. I don't do this to make a profit. This is literally just a fun thing that I do to see if there's any still unpicked collections out in the world. And it proves that there is. And that's why I enjoy doing it. This is for fun for me. If I break even, that's like the goal. If I make money on it, it's just a bonus. That's all it is. So sleeve cards. I'm guessing this is probably a deck. Maybe. Maybe. Ferocity, Walker. Okay. Nothing there. Yeah, this was at some point some kind of a deck. Carry Zev. Nope, bulk. A Braid, those are pullables and usables, right? But definitely not that. It's Locust God for a Mythic. Okay, so this, yeah, definitely some kind of a deck. Commander March the Machines, not that one. Amonkhet, 387. It's a little guy. We take the little guys all day long. That's what we're looking for. Okay, nice. Well, this is promising. When I first opened the box and it was just like a mix of just kind of crap thrown in there. That's what you don't want to see because it's almost like no one really cares. But when you start actually getting some pulls out of there, that's when you kind of, it breathes some life into the box. I'm trying to get these random ones so I can have it a little bit sorted, I suppose. Okay, whatever. Just go this way. All right. Eldritch Moon Rare, Permeating Mass. Definitely damaged for sure. The Kenra. Eldritch Evolution. There's a good one. Yep. $1.53. Damage, though. Definitely damaged. Partition. Nothing. There's probably lots of commons, uncommons, too, that I'm not grabbing. Paradoxical outcome, probably not worth much anymore. Yeah, printed a bunch of times. So I'm sure there's a lot of these commons and uncommons when I go through later and scan them that there'll probably be some decent hits in there. Probably nothing crazy, honestly. But maybe some smalls that I can grab, pick out, throw in a buy list box. Cutthroats, harvests. Nope. Okay, some of these cards are kind of dinged up pretty good. The miner. Nothing. Not a lot of rare lands. I haven't seen a lot of rare lands. You know, definitely no shock lands. I haven't seen any lands in the cycles when he sets it all. Okay. Still a lot left in this box. Just gonna keep grabbing from the back. A lot of sleeved ones up front here. I'm gonna work my way towards those. A lot of Kaladesh, Aether Revolt, Amonkhet there. Mythic Eldritch, the Krowlin Horde. 333. Sure. Okay. It's a pullable. There's Apprentice Modifications, Doorbusters. Mad Prophet. Crazy good art on that one. Fervor. Mythic. Lightning Runner. Nope. Nothing. 16 cents. Grace Champion. Walking Ballista. Yep. Absolutely. Getting a little warping. You see that? It's kind of like a little, probably been sitting there too long. Printed several times, but double masters. Nope, not double masters. Looks like we're looking for Aether Revolt. 972. Absolutely. Been printed several times since then, but we'll always take that card. Another one. Oh, God, that's awesome. 1 is fine. 2, even better. Awesome. Great, great, great. Bloodhall Priest. This is a nice stack right here. Prototype. Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Yeah, $1.10. Gisa Geralf reprinted a bunch of times, so probably nothing for a Mythic. Yeah, bulk Mythic. Other Deep Fiend. Battle Mist. This is the flip one, right? Look at this. Awesome. So this is a stack of good cards. They have Panharmonicon. Awesome. $2. Nothing crazy. Hope of Gearper for 2. 161 apiece. Nice. To have the Worthy. This box is very promising now. Bulk, bulk, bulk. Patra. With the Poison Snake Commander. Yeah. Yeah. Poison Snake Commander. Yeah. Your spiders. Fantastic, man. Fantastic pickable collection. Again, it was a big risk because I didn't see a lot of what was in the collection as I was kind of bidding on it. It was actually kind of funny, too, because when I bid on this, I looked at it. What was Influence? Is that pullable? No. I kind of looked at it, didn't see a lot, but I said, I'm willing to gamble on it and have some fun throwing the God Pharaoh. 626. Okay. Each end step, each opponent loses life equals the number of tapped creatures you control. Okay. Very cool. So it was kind of one of those things where I saw this and I saw the old stuff. I saw the Dark Steel box. I think a few little things, but really didn't see much. It was kind of blind. And so I put my max bid in like 4 days before the auction ended. And I said, well, I'll just wait and see what happens. I'm not going to pay any attention to it. If I win it, great. If I don't, who cares? And then I get the email saying that I won both lots. Like I said, this was 2 collections, 2 lots together. And that's why, again, why it might be 2 kind of collections in 2 different ages. But I was happy because I was like, I literally put my bids in, walked away, forgot about it. And then it was like, hey, you won both. Self of Spirit. Definitely conditions a little warped again. You see that kind of warping? That kind of sucks. But you can be flattened out. And yeah, so I got the emails like, yeah, you won both. I was like, perfect. Because again, I knew it would probably cost a lot to ship from Australia. Not as much as it did. But I figure the fact that I won both, it kind of made it worth it. Because if I'd only bought in like one of these lots, and who knows what was in which one, and I still had to pay like a couple $100 in shipping, it would have sucked. See, some of these are damaged. So it worked out good that I got both. And so far, it's a good collection to pick. Okay. Keep rolling through. Let's grab this stack here. I'm not even sure, like I said, some of these like commons, uncommons to the set. There's probably some worth pulling. I don't know, though. Serum Visions. So, yeah, I'll take that. That'll work. Icorias. Nothing there. Uh-oh, damaged cards and sleeve. That's not good. Watch that be the expensive stuff. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Nothing. Rise from the grave? No. Okay. All right. Getting into probably some of the sleeve stuff here, I think. Yeah, let's get this little chunk. It's got some sleeve stuff. Okay, now we have a different... was this Theros? Wild mix of ages and sets, man. That's the thing. There's no way to really figure out how they played or when they played Darksteel. And these booklets are kind of cool. I don't know, do anything about inspiration. Love the art. No, I didn't think so. Future Sight. What's this? Flowstone Embrace. Guardian of Solitude. Nothing. Morning. Yes. Raptors. Shadows. Lingering Death. No. Okay. Nothing there. Collection of Undeath. Caretakers. Dripping Dead. Gotta love the names. The Lantern Champions. No, nothing there. They like their proxies, that's for sure. Rag Dealer, Gut Wrencher, Oni. I think this is in my John Irenicus deck. I think it is. Yeah, it is. That's funny. Nothing there. Smalls. Mirrored inserts. Okay. So the age is changing with this box a little bit. Still a lot in here. Easily 1,000 cards left in here. Okay. Fatal Push. Yep. $1.42. Those will pull those for sure. Diabolic Tutor. Yeah, right? Yeah, $1.28. Secret Salvage. Nothing. Improvements, guards, turrets, mythic. Kept that. I think we had one of those before, didn't we? Yeah, nothing. Walkers, Hostile Desert. Nothing. Endless Sands. Nothing. Refuse to Cooperate. Split cards. Driven Farm to Market. Leave the Chance. This is all bulk rares. Claim to Fame. Cuts. Ribbons. Failure and Comply. Nothing for all those split cards. We got here Pull from Tomorrow. It's a usable card. Yep, $2.39. And Ikoria just out of nowhere. Guild Mage, Indrik, Old Lands. Nope. Okay. Keep on going. Every stack's a little different. That's the weird part. Like you can tell, there's just a bunch of cards thrown in a box. Get commons. Let's see. Well, this is bulk. That's actually fine. It gets me get through it quicker. Razak has rights. No, okay, nothing there. The Condemned. Nothing. Yohanni's Expertise. Nothing. Rares though. She has the Hornets, Manoliths, Marauders, Colonies, Gifted Aetherborn. That's a playable, but I don't think it's like buy listable. Nah. Nope. Okay. Still a lot left in here. Yeah, kind of like this. Like I said, it's just stuff thrown in a box. So like any little stack I grab could be something. The Eternal here. Nothing. Bulk. Foil, common. Essence get counter target. Creature spell. I mean, old foils back then might be something. I doubt it, but Almond Cat, foil, probably nothing. Yeah, nothing. Didn't think so. those are done. Let's see what else we got. Some loose cards down here. Clean this up. Then we'll just have this last line. Looks like there's some older stuff and a lot of sleeve stuff in this line here. It's Supreme Will Crook. Oh, Ketras. These are the monuments I'm looking for. Ketras? Yeah, 530. Ronas. 116. Hazarets. 137. Edifice. Hazarets again. 137. Nice. Beats the Afterlife. Nothing there. Okay. I'll also scan that. Wasn't in my hand. Okay. Not bad. So I figured we'd find some of those monuments. They're uncommons in the set, so why wouldn't they be there? All right. This last line here. This is what we got. A lot of sleeve stuff. Come on, give me some, like, decks. That would be great. Definitely some cool lands. Mutation. Break Asunder. Warriors. Jampom Strider. I don't think that's anything. But uncommons, like I said, I'll take a second to scan them. Virgin Growths. Biologists. Tracers. Totem Speaker. Uncommon, nothing. Amulets, no. What do we got? Come on, give me something crazy. Graxaplon. What the heck is that? Nope, nothing. Well, this is a deck. It wasn't a very fancy one. I don't know if it was. I think it was just... Oh, it could have been. Kamal Summons. 206. Sure, for an uncommon. Little Scarecrow. Shield Gryphs. Okay, a lot of nothing. No problem. Moving on. Next chunk. Yeah, so I'm guessing all these sleeve ones are... It seems like these are probably decks at one point, or at least partial decks. So that's pretty good when we get to those. All right. This looks like it's very clean edges, so probably nothing crazy. Which is Golems, Unknown Shores. Remember, that last collection of those Unknown Shores was crazy. Burnished Heart, great card. This is sorted at least. This set, I don't know which commons or uncommons to look for, to be honest with you, so I'll probably miss some things in here, if there is anything. Tormented Hero. Athlete Crusader. Yeah, I'm not going to recognize. I'll have to scan all this later. I'm not going to recognize what's good. Hunter. No. Hunters. Ordeal of Nylea? I feel like that might be something. No. Nope. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Singers, Hoplites, Chimeras. Nothing crazy there. Okay. Like I said, you can see like the edges are really clean. I hate to say it, but like that's what I don't want to see, because that means it's like either newer cards or, you know, it could be some bulky stuff. You want to see some, like, I hate to say it, but like almost like dirtier cards. Because they get some A's, they get some play, you know. You don't want to beat up or anything, but Wooden Sphere, there's a classic. Werebear, 8th edition, Odyssey. This is where I think you might find some good bulky stuff. Sylvan Might, is that pullable? No. Naturalize. Scouting Trek. Search your library. It's maybe something, not really. Instincts. Boon. Nothing pullable. Room One with Nature. That was something, right? Yeah, that was a $2 card. That was worth pulling. Thought so. Right, but gross. I just like those, so I pull them. Trinkle Thickets. Lots of those. The Palace. Beautiful old lands. Look at that. That's incredible. There's Path Cutter. Lures, Scouts, Invokers. Finehorn Elder? Nah. Llanowar Elites, Symbiotic Elf. I feel like that's something. Nope, I was wrong. Paths. Elvish Aberration. Queer Elves, those are good, right? Crazy good art. Nope, maybe just the old ones are. Elvish Lyricist? No. Viridian Lore. Bearers. Good art. I love the art in this whole one. I just don't remember the cards. I didn't play it this time. Rangers. Yeah, Rangers. That's pullable. 90 cents. So it's like buy listable probably. So you probably get a quarter for, maybe at the most, but it's pullable. Okay. Guardian. That's nothing. All right. Trying to keep this in a good pile. I'm making a mess. Okay, rolling on again. Jeez, this shoebox is going to take me like 45 minutes to go through. Elvish Pioneer. No guidance. A lot of elves. This person loved their elves. That's for damn sure. 10th edition booklet. Those are cool. I wish they did more stuff with that, with like the just the inserts nowadays. They don't. They don't do anything like that for like art or lore or anything. It kind of sucks. So Spires. Cross with the Goblin Lord. Again, this is what, World Wake? Yeah, of course they've had one of these before. 279, 2 of those. Rough Riders. Scan through some of these comms because I'm not familiar with them. Nothing though. Nah, okay. Burst Lightning's Shrine Expedition. Nothing. Searing Blaze. When there's multiple like that, like I'll definitely scan one because if you can scan one, you could get a hit with all of them. No. Rune Flare Trap. I think I tried all these before, but there's nothing. Press for Pure Flame. Bushwhacker. Yeah. 160. Okay. Hedron Scrabbler. Looks like the Roaming Throne a little bit. The Gem. OG Zendikar for the uncommon. Venture's Gear. Razor Boomerang. Nothing. Did I scan that? I don't think I did. No, nothing. Carnage Altar. We should draw a card, maybe. Nope. Defeats. Conjurer's Bauble. I feel like that's pullable. Kind of not really. Light and Rift Elemental. No, I don't think so. Okay. Still digging through. Finding lots of smalls. It was funny seeing that Tree of Perdition in here. Like, that was a really random thing to have, just a random box of stuff. But also, I do think this is partial decks coming up. So it might be interesting. This is all sleeve stuff. So let's see how this goes. If you could feel how grimy these sleeves are. Goro's Mo, that's a good hit from Champions, right? No, it's not. I thought it was. Onslaught, Legion, Scourge. Encampments. Maybe, I don't know. Nope. Steps, Plains. Not a lot of foils in the decks either, I noticed that. Ivory Cup. Wow, someone actually put that in a deck. Someone actually played with that? I don't know, this is uncommon, it's a blessing. All those, you know, gain a life for like if you cast a spell, the old ones, it's funny because you think maybe they'd have some use, but not really. Maybe in a very specific deck. Nothing really here. Okay. If that was a deck, it wasn't a very good one. Yeah, you should, if you could feel these sleeves. I tell you, they're pretty, is that, oh, look at that. Oh no, look how damaged that is. Well, we got a Shockland, but it is damaged. Okay, well, it's in there. 1323, definitely not 1323. Oh, I hope there isn't, now that I've seen them, that's great, but they better not be damaged. That's the thing, like you can find the card, but is it in good condition? And that's, okay, it's still, the cool thing is playable. Very nice. Hey, first Shockland. I've been waiting for some rare lands. All right. A damaged one is better than none. I'll take it. I'd prefer if it wasn't damaged, but it is what it is. All right. Okay. Nothing there. Nothing there. Looks like this part of this collection probably had some water damage. Not bad, but just like enough where it really curled them and made them kind of nasty. Well, hey, I'm happy. We got a shot clan. That's great. That's great. Let's find some more. Oh, there's some foils. I'll just say no foils. All right, come on. Give me a good deck. Give me a crazy deck here. Foil Phalanx Leader. Probably nothing, right? But the old foils, you never know. They're worth scanning 38 cents. Nope, that's nothing. That's bulk. God's Willing. Fabled Hero. Bulk. Valor. Heliod. Dauntless Onslaught. God's Willing. Another one. Gift of Immortality. Yeah. 382. That'll work. What is this? There's like 4 of these. Nothing. Nothing here. Dauntless Onslaught again. Foil Common. Chosen by Heliod. 13 cents for the non-foil. So the foil is probably what? 30 cents? 58. 58. So maybe buy listable. Again, I'll throw it in the box. They give me a dime for it. Sure. It's already going there anyways. Verdict. Heliod again. Pegasus. What of Heliod? This is a deck they really didn't keep it in order at all. Upside down. Another gift of immortality. Take another one of those. Perfect. $2 on those. Observant there. Okay. Yeah, my guess is just decks, partial decks. But there's pullables in there. There's smalls. Every little bit helps when you're trying to get back 610. Oh, that's shipping costs. That's what got me. Okay, this box is actually almost done. Angel's Salvation from Future Sight. Okay. Nothing. Reprinted. Scourge. Nothing. Stir the Pride. Uncommon from Darksteel. Reciprocate. Check all those. Bunch of beautiful old lands. Sigil of the New Dawn. Rare from Onslaught. 2 of them. 35 cents a piece. Nothing there. Abuna's Chant. I don't think that's anything, is it? No. Ethereal Haze. Promote damage that would be to my creatures this turn. I mean, basically a fog, right? No. Raise the Alarms. Arshik Glove Master. 8th edition. Love seeing the 8th edition stuff, but I don't think there's been many hits in there yet. Tundra Wolves. So my guess is like it's pretty sorted, but I don't think they did it in like a pickable way. I think it was just this is how they had their collection sorted, and that's just kind of how it was. Definitely not a picked thing. Like I said, this isn't picked through. This is however it was left, and I guess I happened to pick it up. Worm's Tooth. Here's some more sleeves. Come on, give me something crazy. Give me something crazy in the sleeve stuff. Courage, Thresher, Threshers, Horizons, Metamorphic Worms, Swing Snares, Stress Golems, Construct. That was a pullable, I think. Yeah, buck. Pendants? No. Court Tapper? No, that's been reprinted. Painted Prism? I don't think so. Not really. Heliophile. Nurok Stealth Suit. That's a good common. Yeah. 84 cents. I've used that before. Oh, I was just saying, look at that. I've used it before as like a budget Lightning Greaves, pretty much. It's like a budget Lightning Greaves. I mean, you know. Aether Vial, yeah, that's uncommon you would find in this kind of bulk. Again, perfect condition. Awesome. $5.99. Not huge, but again, it's little stuff like that that work. There's Stealth Suit, nice. Another Aether Vial. Just want to hear that bing again. Spyglass, I don't think so. No, Darksteel Ingot, that's a pullable common, right, from this? Yeah, ish, kind of not really. Siege Sled, nope. Razor Golem, Tangle Golem. I didn't scan this common, just out of curiosity. I was wondering if we are going to see some Relic Vials. Or, I'm sorry, some Aether Vials. That's awesome. Duplicate for the uncommon. The thing is with, like, Darksteel Mirrodin, there is so many commons and uncommons worth pulling. There really is. Vessel, the Ocean Soldiers, class, another Stealth Suit. I'll take those. Sacrifice to add Wooburg, maybe. Well, it's not trash. It's not good, but Tangle Bloom, Gemstone Arrays. Yeah, it's pullable. Fleeting Even. Nope. Dawn's Reflection. Eternal Witness. Yep. Yeah, 362. Again, it's market price, so it's not exactly that. But again, it just lets me know if it's pullable. That's what I care about, because then later on, once I've got all my pullable stuff, then I break it down into, like, you know, stuff under $1, stuff $1 to $5, 5 to 10, and then everything above that. Whiplash trap. Tell me that's what I'm thinking of. No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. What's the trap I'm thinking of? Because there's a really good one. I just don't remember what the hell it's called. It's Witch's Mist. Love the Arts from Future Sight. Come on, more Future Sight stuff would be great. Frenzy Sliver. It's a sliver. Not a good one. Deckmore Salvage. Original one. Yeah, 642. I didn't think it was that, but I thought it was pullable. Okay, great. Grave Scrabbler, maybe? No. Frenzy Sliver. I already checked that, didn't I? That was nothing. March. Another Frenzy Sliver. Ragged Veins. Distress. Dance of Shadows. It's a spirit. It's worth checking. Maybe. Nope. Energy Chamber. Nothing. Painted Prism. Baton of Courage. Etched Oracle. Look how dirty these things are. They're just filthy. Scourge Manta. Probably nothing, right? Nothing. Legions. Whatever that is. I was wondering if we'd see some of these. Okay, great. Avenger. Might as well scan it. Arcbone Wanderer. I was wondering if we'd seen Blasting or Grinding Stations. There you go. Grinding Station. Uncommon. 1339. That's what I'm looking for. You know, it's funny. Like, there's all those uncommons, like in Mirror in the Icecrown Scepters. Like, am I going to see him or not? And there's perfect condition. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Great. Gemstone Array. Another Stealth Suit. Again, those are pullables. Nothing there. Prisms. Usables, but not pullables. Morningstar. I don't think that's anything, but I'm going to scan either way. Definitely not the Forgotten Ancient. No, I think I've tried to check that like 5 times. Ooh, Honor Worn Shaku. That works great with, is it Calamax? I think it's Calamax, the one from the 2020 Commander decks. I love that Commander. It was really good. It was really mean. All right. I'm rolling through again. Teller of Tales. I think those are anything. Some Vortex, Concentrates, Trinket Mage. No, that's nothing, right? I keep thinking it is, but it's not. I mean, it's playable. Gauntlets. No. Greed. Rats. Sorry, Bats. Fleshgrafter. Fleshgrafter. A million of those. Loose Hope. Betrayal of Flesh. Why do I think that's good? Wall of Blood. I know that one's pretty good. Yeah, $1.22. Wretched Mind. Let's see. And then just Ikoria stuff thrown in there for some reason. Gorger, some apes. I mean, maybe if they were building a deck, but it's not really sleeved up. These traps. I'm going to check every single one until I find the one. I'm trying to think. Everyone's screaming at me like, this is the trap you're looking for. I'm not sure what the name of it is. Helmar Depths. Huge Run Crab. There's an uncommon you want to find. Oh, I was just putting the Tarkir Dragonstorm deck. Damn it. OG one's still $385. Before that was put in there, I'm sure it was like 10, 12 bucks. It was a good one. Trade wins. Okay. Looks like I got one little stack here. Then that'll probably end this video because, again, I still got all that to go through. So this might be, I thought maybe like 3 videos. This probably maybe go like 5. Just a lot of cards. It is what it is. And I don't want to rush through it. I want to enjoy it. The nice thing, too, is, like I said, I just enjoy going through it. So it's not a rush. You can relax and go through it and find some really cool stuff. Yeah, I still got all this to go through. Those boxes, that's full. That's full. And those things are, I think those are full. So, all right. Last little bit right here for this box. Sphere, Agents, The Escape. I don't know. Yeah, Chromatic Escape, 623, uncommon. From Future Sight. Sure. Sure, I'll take it. Logic Knots. I don't think that's anything. It's been reprinted. Tip cards are always cool. Just kidding. Not really. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Golem. Wizard Replica. No? No. This Scutters, Axe, Cleavers. Plus, those must be blocked by an Eldrazi if possible. Why would you want that? Unless you put Death Touch on it, maybe, but that sounds terrible. I guess if you're playing Standard and that's what you're playing, I guess, sure. If during that time. Foil Rare, Swarm Intelligence. 77 cents, so yeah, maybe buy listable. Maybe. Goes in the pile. Goes in the pile. Scattered Groves. Finally, some of those rare lands. Yeah, a bulk one. But I found one of the rare lands in there. All right, last little stack of this video. And then we'll have to pause it for the next one. But again, lots of pickable stuff. Not a lot of huge ones in here, but there was a lot of like really cool commons and uncommons we're finding. A lot of like $3 to $10 cards. And like I said, dude, it adds up really quick. You got to realize it adds up really quick when you have this many cards. Suntouch Mirror? I don't think that's anything. Nope. I don't see any Fabricates yet either. Rust Elemental, is that something? Yeah. Bucko 5, Baubles Pullable, Banshee's Blade? Nope. Trident. Hey, there it is. The Trident, $1.05. Lightning Greaves, finally. First one we've seen. Perfect condition again. Back fresh, just sitting there. $4.72. No, Guardian Idol. Again, Mirrodin, Darksteel, like so many commons and uncommons where it's just pulling. Healer's Headdress, I don't think that's anything. Helm, Fire Shrieker? I don't think so. No. Battle Horns, that's a pullable. Yes, $2.13. I've seen this like 5 times, I just don't remember. No. The Thin Air. It's a Spirit, I'm going to check. Spin into Myth. Edge of Autumn. Cool, cheap ramp card. No, not good anymore. Augurs. Sprout Swarms. Why? I think that's pullable. I don't know. Cavern. Silversmith. Uncommon Future Sight. Uncommon Carry Away from Darksteel. Nothing. All right, getting towards the end of this one, we got your Empath. Disrepair. The Forest. You gotta appreciate the old art here for Future Sight, though. It's absolutely incredible. These frames are incredible. All right, so 43 minutes in. I guess I'm gonna cut this off here. This is part 3. That whole shoebox took me like 45 minutes, mostly because it was unsorted. If it was like organized a little better, probably would have taken less. And plus, I'm not really rushing through it. I'm enjoying the process of going through his collections and seeing them. So that's what I got so far. This is part 3. Stick around. Part 4 coming soon.